Hello and welcome to Beyond the Plate with Carol, where we will explore food and a little beyond. So come along with me on this journey and see what we uncover. We are here at the studio at the Beacon, and I am so excited to start today's conversation. Ray, welcome.
Thank you.
I've been wanting to get you on the show for a while now, schedules and stuff like that. But I think people are going to be really surprised when they hear who is behind some of what we built together at the Red Arrow Diner over the years. And for anyone else who doesn't know you yet, just tell me, who is Ray Duhaime and what do you do?
Well, Ray Duhaime is the president of Private Label Specialties. I started this company back 35 plus years ago. And what I do is, quite simply, this. We private label beverages, a full line of beverages for our customers. Anytime you sell a beverage that doesn't have your label on it, you're actually advertising for somebody else.
Someone else.
So we reverse that. So every time you sell a beverage, it works for you.
So remember, guys, I showed you this bottle. This was a few weeks ago when I got this in. I was so proud of this. And so this is what you create.
Yes.
And when you go into the Red Arrow Diners, you ask for a Arrow root beer and you're going to get a private label root beer. We're going to get into more about that. So let's break it down. What does it actually mean to have your own private label beverage? What does that mean for someone?
Well, it's marketing and branding for you. I'm going to ask you a trick question. I'm going to really emphasize the trick question. Have you ever seen a FedEx van?
Yes.
You haven't. You saw a Ford or Chevy with FedEx on it. And they didn't do that to trick you into thinking they make vans. They did that because it makes the most business sense to put their name in front of your face, in front of your eyes, whenever they can. And that's what we do here.
Geez, I never thought of it that way.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah. That's what built my whole company.
Wow. So you started back in 1991?
Yes.
What made you look at the restaurant industry and think, there's an opportunity here that no one's seeing? What?
I worked at Federal Express for 11 years, and I made some really great decisions at Federal Express that I wasn't credited with. My manager took credit with it. I wanted to become an engineer at Federal Express, but I didn't have enough degree, so I couldn't become an engineer. So I said, I'm going to start my own company. I started different ones. One of the ones I started before this was a handyman service. This is called Almost Anything. I put in as little as a shower door and as much as a master bedroom or a garage. But I couldn't duplicate myself. So I looked at all the markets and then I said, hey, what if I go after the tables and market for the restaurants? So I started out with sparkling water. People wanted more, so I came out with flavored sparkling waters. People wanted more, so I looked at all the different spots. Nantucket Nectars had all the juices, and Arizona had all the teas. Coke and Pepsi make an awesome product, but nobody had root beer. So in 1992, I started out with the root beer. And it was a real struggle to get it started because everybody says, we don't sell root beer. 1995, Coke and Pepsi put on a war that said, we make the best root beer. So now everybody wanted root beer. And I just said, here, try mine. And I won taste test over taste test over taste test. And I blew up from there.
So way back in those early days, and I don't think we might have talked about this way back, but I don't remember. So this is good. Were you doing this out of your garage? Did people think you were crazy? You're going to create a root beer and you're competing against Coke and Pepsi. So talk about that.
When I started it, I used to buy the root beer by the pallet. And then I would go down in my ex-wife's car and pick it up and bring it home, carry it all inside. And then at the time, I would have to order the labels. When the labels came in, I'd put it on. And then I was working at Federal Express full-time, and I'd get out at noontime. I would take the cases and bring them into my car and go out and make deliveries, and then come back making sales calls.
So it literally was out of your garage, out of your house, garage.
House, yeah.
Right.
I didn't have a garage. I had a cellar.
So how did you end up in New Hampshire specifically? Was this always going to be a local business, or did you have anything bigger in mind at the start? What did you...
In the start, I was just looking at New Hampshire. Then I was doing it out of my house. And so it was a difficult thing to do because I was handling, I got to know each case personally. I was bringing it out of the warehouse into my car, bringing it home, out of my car into the house, in the cellar, upstairs. Then I would bring it upstairs. And then after it was labeled, I would bring it back in my car and then I'd go out and deliver it. But then it kept going and growing and growing. And now we're actually in all 48 states.
Wow. That's like incredible. Look at how far you've come.
Yeah.
I want to dig into it because it's something I completely relate to from, my end running the Red Arrow. We have our Arrow Root Beer, our Arrow Cream Soda, Arrow Orange. Cream Soda is like so popular.
Mm-hmm.
Do you particularly like cream soda?
My favorite out of all of them is ginger beer, but I do like the cream soda.
Yeah, I'm not a cream soda, but we sell a lot in the cream soda. They come in, they ask for it by name. They don't ask for a soda. They'll ask for their Arrow Root Beer or Arrow Cream Soda. And I think a lot of business owners don't realize that that's a choice that they can make.
Yes. If you're into marketing and branding your establishment, then you get it. And you certainly get it. When they say Arrow Root Beer, that's stuck in their mind. And then that's what we want. So when the next time they're hungry, they say, let's go to the Red Arrow. That's all in that marketing and branding to keep it in front of their face.
So let's talk about when you were working with a chemist and a mixologist to develop the recipe. How does that even happen?
That goes back and forth. So what they do is they send you a sample and then you make adjustments to it.
So you just tweak it.
Yeah, you tell them to tweak it and then they send you more samples and you tell them to tweak that and they send you more samples. Funny story. Chris from Mr. Steers.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted me to come up with a green lemon lime soda. And so I did the whole process, but with him.
How cool is that?
I brought the samples to him. He would tell me which one he liked and what he wanted done with it. I brought it back. I brought some more samples. He went out, and then the last question was clear or cloudy? And he said cloudy. So that's all him.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So you have 18 soda varieties now, plus spring water. How do you decide what flavors to develop? Is it driven by what your clients want? Or, are you ever doing any new or have you kind of stuck with the 18? Do you ever
our latest,
do some come and go?
The only one that came and go is we just came up with a maple cream.
Ooh.
For a limited time. And it didn't go quite as well as we did, so we discontinued it. But most of the time, it's like somebody develops it. There was one person they had 50 locations in Ohio, Cosmic Dave's. They wanted blue raspberry lime. No, a blue raspberry. I said, you're going to have to buy a lot for me to come up with it. And they did. So now we have it for everybody.
Blue raspberry. That must be delicious.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So it's that was the latest one other than the Mr. Steer with the lemon lime. But I'm topped off as far as flavors go because we got some, old-fashioned ones. Birch beer, sarsaparilla, iced tea. We've got a hybrid. We've got orange soda. We got cream soda. And I made a hybrid of that. So it was an orange cream. So you get to tweak with those.
So you so you do kind of play with it a little bit here and there, which is fun. That's your creativity.
Yes.
Which brings me into this next segment because this is pretty huge as far as Red Arrow. I don't know if you people know, but Ray is the person who put Moe, my Moe. Is this Moe or Dinah? I hope it's Moe. Okay, it's usually Moe. I'm more partial to Moe. See, I do have Dinah. No, that isn't even Dinah. Yours is Moe. I thought that one was Dinah, but I don't see any eyelashes because Dinah has eyelashes. But Ray is responsible for this. We've been doing business, for over 35 years. Take me back to the beginning. How did we first meet? And what was the Red Arrow when you actually first walked in the door? Let's go back.
It's hard to remember all those things because it's so far back. But, it was just a presentation that we made and we clicked. And then you used to have a picture of Moe mug.
Well, it was Moe Couturier that started doodling on napkins. And then because we used to have the plain mugs, they were just plain.
Yep.
And then he took a Sharpie and, I had 5 employees at the time or whatever. And he did 5 mugs. Must have put our names on them. I don't know. But he put the Moe face on the mugs. And then I must have shown you or you saw it or something.
Yep.
And I mean, Ray, I can just so remember those early days, me going over and sitting in your office, you and me for hours, just going back and forth and
Yes.
doing all kinds of stuff.
Right. It was, whenever you come up with an idea, then it starts spinning in my head, and yeah, the rest is history.
So tell me the Moe story from your side.
The Moe story?
Yeah.
No, it was just when you came up with the mug, I saw the mug and I said, I can put that face on the mug. And we started out with a small order, and now I can't tell you how many mugs you go through.
And they're literally all over the world, like all over the world. Did you think that Moe was going to become what it became? I mean, because he's quite the,
Being from where I came from and the way my business model works about branding and marketing, you just took it to the next level with that process. And I didn't see it getting this big, but I certainly saw it helping your business out because you got a brand that you could see and think about it. It was like way back when Caitlyn was 3 years old. I used to wear Private Label all the time.
This is his daughter.
Yes. I used to wear Private Label all the time, like I still do. But one time I wanted Private Label written down the side of her pants. So I got some. So my logo is square. I couldn't put that there. So I just put the words Private Label. And she was 3 years old and she goes, "Oh, Private Label pants." She couldn't read.
Oh.
So that showed the marketing sense that you did with Moe. You get that out there and you just keep putting that in people's minds. And like you said, now you're all over the world.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, I've been running the Red Arrow for since 1987, 39 years, 4 locations, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. One thing I know is that the relationships you build with the right people early on are the ones that last. And Ray is one of those people for me. I mean, we both have kind of slowed down a bit. I opened a sewing store. Crazy. No, not crazy. It was fun. It was actually very fun, 5 years. But I'm back and, so it's like we're kind of like getting juices flowing again. And, we kind of go back to to where we were, you know?
Yes.
What is it about partnership like ours that makes it work for 35 years?
I think we have creative minds and we align. Yeah. There's customers that I have for a very long time. I've got hundreds of customers. I've had
like Zeb's, 30 years. You've had Zeb's.
Oh, over 30 years. I was Peter Edwards, who was passed sadly.
I like this story.
Came to my house to design the label when Caitlyn was 1 year old. She was playing down and I was designing it at my house. And then after we designed the label, we started processing placing the orders. And now Caitlyn is the one who designs all the labels.
Right.
For all the customers. So, and now Zeb's, summertime can go through 150 cases a week. Sometimes.
Oh my goodness. Where is Zeb's?
Zeb's at North Conway.
Oh, okay.
Little town store, North Conway. And there's a lot of times in the summertime, they'll fill up a van with 160 cases and I'll personally drive it up there and make the delivery.
I mean, running a small business in New Hampshire for 35 years is, it's not an accident. What have you figured out about staying relevant, staying competitive, and staying creative?
We treat our customers very well. Paul Torsey, my general manager, came up to me and says, "Our customers have no idea what we do for them." I said, "That's right. That's our secret sauce. What we do behind the scenes that they don't know about is what keeps them." There's customers that'll order at 5:00 at night. They'll order 20 cases and their delivery day is the next day. And we'll have processed those 20 cases, put it on the van and make the delivery to them. We don't like to do that. We'd like a little more time, but we can.
But it can happen.
Yes.
And you make it happen, which makes all the difference in the world for that. I mean, let's talk about promotional products also, because you do all kinds of that. It's changed a lot. Screen printing, embroidery, direct to garment. You actually bought your own decorator at some point?
What it is it's a direct to garment printer. And actually I got 2 of them. I've got 3 automatics. I've got 2 manual presses. I've got 4 embroidery machines. 2 of them are 6 heads. And the funny story is that screen printing and embroidery is 20% of our business. And we're the third largest screen printer embroidery in New Hampshire.
Wow. See that?
Yeah. We've had orders of $60,000. We just processed an order for $13,000. Then we can do 10 shirts.
And let's talk about that with the Red Arrow, because we've had so much fun over the years developing all of our different, T-shirts and logos, and well, not so much the logo, but variations of the logo sometimes when we're adding a location, but just the different. My favorite one is the one that you did, and I remember when you showed me this, I was like, oh my gosh, my favorite one is on the back of the shirt where you put like a dictionary, diner, and what the word means.
Yes.
That
I do remember that one.
Oh my gosh.
Today. You still get them today.
Yes. And then the ones like on the side of the shirt, on the side right here. I mean, those were the days when we would just come up with all kinds of stuff. Even the Adam Sandler burger.
Yeah.
It's on the back, I think, too. Yes.
There was all kinds of different things like that, because the diner, like you said, was my favorite one because it came up with a diner dot, and it was noun.
Yeah.
And it said a comfortable place, something else, and then the red arrow.
Yeah.
Diner.
It's so cool. It's my favorite T-shirt. I'll have to take you into have you ever been to our back where all of our merchandise is?
Yes, I've delivered many times.
Okay, so you've seen, okay. Because I think when I take people back there, they're like, what? Yeah. What the heck is all this stuff? Like, it's crazy. I figured that you probably had. But so take me back before Private Label Specialties. Who was Ray Duhaime before 1991? And what path led you here? I mean, I know you talked a little bit about Federal Express. So
I started out in the very beginning, scooping ice cream at the Puritan.
What?
Yeah, scooping ice cream at the Puritan before there was a back room. And then they built the back.
Did I know that? I don't know if I knew that.
I don't know.
Wow.
After that, they built the back room, and I moved up in the world, and I went from scooping ice cream to dishwasher.
Went up in the world.
And I went from dishwasher to cook.
Did you really? I didn't know any of this, Ray.
Yeah.
My brother worked there.
Oh, Brian?
Yeah, he worked in the kitchen at the back room. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Yeah. I mean, because we're the same age.
Yeah.
He's just a couple years younger. So, I mean, was this when you were like high school, after high school kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it probably was high school, but maybe not. I will have to ask him. That's funny. I don't think I knew this.
And then I went from there to bartending. And what I did as a bartender is I would take my off shifts and I would work the days working the bar while the bartender that was getting paid sat. And I would do it for nothing. I wouldn't have any pay because I wanted to learn
it.
And I slowly learned it. And one time they gave me a shift. And then I started bartending there. And then after many years there, I went to the Yard restaurant. And after the Yard restaurant, I met the manager of Federal Express, and I started working for Federal Express.
Oh, my goodness. So what does your family think about all this? Now, I know, is it just one daughter that works there? Or is it both of them? Both of them do, right? Yep. Right. That's what I thought.
Tiffany runs the embroidery with all the embroidery machines.
Right.
So whenever you see embroidery, that's what she does.
So has your family always gotten what you were, shooting for? Like what your vision was? And
I wasn't sure if they got it, but they saw it. Because I just kept focused. I kept just dreaming. I remember the second year in business, while I was starting my business, I ran it and I worked full time. Second year, I was part time. And then I asked my manager, I was coming to work one day and I was listening to WZID and I was talking and I said, I might get teary here. So I went to my mother and I said, hey, I want to do this full time. Give me a sign. And Van Halen's song came on and says, right now.
Oh.
And so
I just got shivers, Ray.
It was, I went into my manager's office. I asked him what he wanted for a notice and they gave him the notice. And then I started that.
Oh my gosh. And you're mentioning your mom. I think I want to also mention your dad.
Yes.
Because remember way back?
Yes.
Because, the Red Arrow on Lowell Street is pretty tiny. And when we started getting merchandise in, it's like, where are we going to put it? And then you said, I'm bringing my dad down. We're going to come up with something. And your dad made me my first display case up on the wall. Remember? It used to lift up like that. Yep. And so, yeah.
He does, He helped me out a lot too. He used to come up to me and say, how did you start all this? And I said, Dad, you taught me. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, I wanted to toast one day. And we went to make the toast and it didn't work. So you unplugged it, took it apart. We found out what was wrong, put it back together, and we made toast. And that's what I do to every problem I have at Private Label. I take it apart, put it back together.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. This episode is powered by Red Arrow Diner. All 4 locations, officially open around the clock. Swing by Manchester, Nashua, Concord, or Londonderry whenever hunger hits. From pancakes at 2 a.m. to fries and gravy for breakfast, we've got your cravings covered. Red Arrow, New Hampshire's favorite 24-hour diner tradition. So, you clearly love New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
What does the state mean to you after 35 years of building, something here?
Well, it's great. I mean, it's home. I wanted to expand the business outside of New Hampshire. And so I kept going further and further and further. And like I said, now we're in all 48 states. I was at one point in time going to franchise to get all the different states covered. But I realized I can do the same thing from here. And so this is home.
Here you are.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. When you're not working, when you actually step away, what does life look like for you?
Well, I travel a lot, so I love that. I'm very grateful from all the business that has provided me for being able to travel.
Where you've met Winnie.
Yes.
On vacation.
On vacation down in Jamaica. So that was awesome. And since then, and that was over 10 years ago. So
you met Winnie around the same time as me, because Daryl and I have been together 12 years.
Yeah.
So a little over 10 years, yeah.
It was funny because I went down there with my daughter, Tiffany.
Wasn't it a river cruise?
No. This was
why did I think that?
A resort. It was in Jamaica. With
Ochos Rios?
Montego Bay. Winnie lived in Maryland, and she went down there on vacation. And Tiffany wanted to do all kinds of things, and I wanted to scuba diving. And she couldn't because she was diabetic. So she goes, Dad, just go. And they paired me up with Winnie.
Oh, I don't think I know that story.
They paired me up with Winnie. And so she was alone down there. So she hung around with us and we stayed together. And then we went on our first date in July of...
So you came home and you still talked and then...
Yeah. Then we went on our first date in New York City. And the rest is history.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I knew that. Right? Any dates?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, that's okay. That's all right. So I want to, hospitality connection. I want to go here because I think it's an important part that is most valuable for people watching and listening. The shared experience of building something in the food hospitality world over decades, running a 24/7 operation for 39 years. I know that you never really clock out. Your brain's always at the diner, even when your body isn't. Do you feel the same thing? Like when you're,
I may not be at the office all the time.
Does it ever really stop?
No. There was the different things that happen is my mind is always adapting. So I'm looking at things and finding out why I stopped or caught my eye or what it looked like or what motivates me so I can transfer that and go into it. Whenever I talk about private label, I got to watch myself because I can go on for days. I love the stories that we have.
Right? Isn't it great?
Yes. I went over, there was one time we go on a ship called Seabourn, and one of the cruises we took last year brought us up the coast, up into Montreal. We started in New York City, went to Montreal, and one of the stops was Boston. And so my mind went crazy. So I went to the square and I said, can I get my root beer on the ship? Can I bring it on the ship? And they said, I'd love to get like 5 cases and just give it to the crew members. And Caitlyn went over and at 5:00 designed 2 labels, a root beer label and a ginger beer label, printed the labels on the press,
In Goffstown.
In Goffstown.
And then drove down to Boston.
Next day, my driver drove down to Boston, brought it to the pier. They dropped it. They took it from the pier and brought it up to our room, and we had Seaborn root beer on Seaborn.
That is cool.
So you get those stories and the creativity because, it took like a second for me to say, this is the closest I'm ever going to get there. And everybody's asking me, what do I do? And I would tell them. And this time I could show them.
That's awesome. I remembered what I was going to ask you, jeepers, because you were talking about scuba diving. I didn't know that you scuba dive. Do you still scuba dive?
We scuba dive whenever we have the opportunity. It's not like I go out like 3 times a year.
Right.
But if we're in a place and there's scuba diving, yeah, we'll jump on.
Yeah. When we got married in Grand Cayman, we were taking lessons here. And then to get certified, we got certified because I didn't want to get certified in Lake Winnipesaukee.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that last test down, and our instructor had called somewhere because he knows, all the people in Grand Cayman for diving and stuff. And we got certified down there. Yeah, we like to do that too. I haven't done it again since my heart attack. So kind of made me a little nervous. We were supposed to do it when we were in Bermuda, which was like a month before my heart attack.
Yeah.
We had it planned, but I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
And I guess everything happens for a reason. But anyway, so, good. I don't think I knew that you did that.
Then probably, well, of course, Woody and I met doing it. She tells a funny story that I love this when she's talking about it and how we had to hold hands under the water. But it's we've been there. We've been to Belize.
Oh, they say that's amazing. Yeah. That's on our list.
Yeah, there's a Curacao.
Nice.
I took my friend there. He's kind of like a squirrel type of thing. Jeff, if you're watching this is about you. He was over there and he's very antsy in it. And so the guide took us out and I went over and I would go down to the bottom and I would take off my mask, take off my tubes, put it back on to show the guide. And I'm doing great. I said, just try to get him underwater. And he was going down, he was going back up, going down, going back up. And finally he went down and really enjoyed it.
See, once you get it and you click, because it's just such a...
We were swimming by and we saw this barracuda going right by us.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
It really is. It's something to experience if you can. So 4 locations, 24 hours, open every single day. One thing I've learned is that consistency is everything. Your regulars will forgive a lot of things, but they won't forgive consistency. On the product side, how do you guarantee that every bottle of root beer is going to be...
It's the recipe that's made the exact same way since I started. It just keeps going. It's in batches and import root beer, and it just goes over and over and over.
So it's kind of like a science.
Yeah.
Kind of like baking. It's a science. You got to get it. Right now my mother's into, and my sister-in-law, they're into sourdough. So you just missed my sister-in-law. She had to leave for an hour home. And she has her sourdough starter or whatever they call them. She had to bring it here for an hour. And my brother and Iggy, his grandson, have to fold it every half hour. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? She went on a retreat a couple months ago and she took the starter with her.
Wow.
So I just think that's so funny. People are into sourdough starters right now. So I've watched a lot of New Hampshire small businesses come and go over 39 years. And what I've noticed is the ones who survive are almost always the ones who they own their identity. They know exactly what they are and they've never apologized for it. Is that what you see from your side too?
Yeah. When it comes down to it, Paul, my general manager.
Paul's been with you for
30 years.
Right.
30 years.
Yep. He's a staple.
Yeah. And he runs the whole place. He gives me another freedom to do what I need to, do what I want to bring the creativity to the place. And so with that, he and I get this. And it's when you talk to us, you're going to get it because it makes the most business sense. It's in us. So it's really weird. When we go off someplace and it's part of us. It's it is. A lot like giving birth to another child.
Yeah, it's true. It's a part of you.
Yep.
I mean, when you're talking about that, you mentioned it a little bit earlier too. My dad's the same way. I mean, eats, sleeps, and drinks Red Arrow.
Yes.
Constant. Sometimes it's Dad, enough. Like, come on. But, it's passion. It's, they all say, when are you retiring? He's like, retire? My dad's not going to retire.
Right.
I mean, he comes in here and he'll go out to the diners. He used to do, sometimes he would do all of them in one day, but that's not so much. He has slowed down a little bit, but at least a couple a day, at least. So, yeah, it's just in you. So before we do the lightning round, is there anything that maybe I missed that you want people to know about Private Label?
No, I think we talked about a lot. I do want them to know that we do a lot of screen printing and embroidery. So if you ever need any shirts and stuff like that, we do that. We have screen printing, embroidery. We have direct to garments, which is a way of doing full color art on a shirt. So invested a lot of money into that, and we've been growing ever since. The one thing I will say is my accounts come to us. Once you get an account, it's like an annuity type of thing. It's like I got your account 35 years ago. And if I go back today, I'm sure I'm going to see 2 more orders for your place. And that happens all the time. So once I get an account, it just keeps coming in, get an account. And so it grows the company. And that's how we've grown for the last 35 years.
You're talking about direct to garment. So when I had the sewing store, one of the brands I sold was Juki. And I also sold there the Rico, which was a direct to garment. Yes. I mean, obviously it's for the home sewer. It's not for a business. But so I kind of got to understand that more,
Yeah, we actually have a double one right now that actually prints on darks and as well as whites. And so what happens is, one's printing, we offload the other one and put it on so we can do our production faster.
So what is the difference? And I'm going off right now. What is the difference between direct to garment versus screen printing?
Direct to garment,
like process?
You process the garment by flattening all the fibers on the top, and then you use this massive press press that will come over and put all the ink down.
Like a screen, right? Isn't it like a screen?
No, this is just right onto the garment.
Okay.
And then take it off and you put it under the heat, and heat will cure the ink, and then it comes off from there. Screen printing, we process it to a direct-to-screen machine, which makes those screens. And then once we make those screens, we set them up on the press, and we've got a 10-color and an 8-color. So you set up how many colors that you want. Like if we do yours, it's 3 colors because we put white, and black and put them on the screens. And then we put on a shirt and it goes around and take the shirt off and print it. So that's the one.
I've seen it years ago. It's pretty impressive when you go to Private Label Specialties. I haven't had the tour for a long time. Maybe we're going to have to go stop by.
Yeah.
And
I'll show you the automatic. It's a green.
I would like that. So we're going to do a little lightning round. It's just fun. It's not anything. So what is your favorite thing about New Hampshire?
The people in this space, meaning it's not crowded, but there's enough here.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Oh, I'm a waffle girl too. Best business advice you ever got?
Oh, this is going to be a tough one for lightning. Ron Doucette in the Yard restaurant. He's passed too, sadly. Sorry. I went up to him and he came over to me and said, and I would see him working like 2 hours and go home. I said, Ron, how can you do this? He goes, Ray, there's one thing I learned in business. You can work 24 hours a day if you want to. I don't want to.
See, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. What is your go-to drink order at the Red Arrow?
The root beer.
If Private Label Specialties didn't exist, what would you be doing?
Some sort of engineering job or creative job, because my mind is always working that side of things. Whenever I see something, I immediately try to fix it, even though it might not be broken. I'll drive to a place thinking 3 different ways of getting there and trying to figure out the right one. I'm always thinking like that. It's like, why is that cup over there? And I learned why the cup's over there. Cover that.
Booth or counter? I know this answer.
Oh, bar, counter.
Right. Totally. That's, yes. One word that describes what you built.
One word that describes what I built. Wow. A brand.
Okay. I like that. Something most people don't know about the beverage industry.
It's a hard thing to keep up. We make our own products, and around here we deliver our own stuff. So it's hard to keep that up, to keep it in hands, because one thing I've learned, if you run out of root beer, people are going to drink something else. So we try very hard and successfully make sure that all of our customers never run out of root beer.
Love it. Pan fries or hash browns?
Pan fries if they're crunchy.
Okay. All right. So no grilled ones. You like the crunchy ones.
Yeah.
Well done. What are you most proud of that has nothing to do with work?
My daughters.
There you go. Love it. They both work for you.
Yeah.
Which is huge because, sometimes working with family, as Robert said, load up on meds. Corned beef hash or eggs Benedict?
Wow. Out of those two, corned beef hash.
Okay. And what's next for Private Label Specialties?
Just growing. Right
There you
now,
go.
I am my focus is on the national stage. I want accounts like in Georgia and stuff. Now, the trick to doing those is there's a 30 case minimum. So it's tough to get past that thing. But I'm doing marketing. I'm doing email blasts to the pizzerias. We just got a pizzeria in Kansas City that has 17 locations called Minsky's.
Ooh.
So I want more of that.
Love it.
I know that we deliver to a lot of places all across the country. And I know that that's not all of them. So,
Right. There's plenty more out there. Exactly.
So my focus is on marketing and branding for that.
I'm going to go off script because, you're a foodie, just like I am. We're both foodies. Usually when we see each other, it's in another restaurant.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the food scene. Like, name me a couple of your favorite places that you and Winnie like to go. I probably know what they are because I see you there.
Yes.
We mentioned two of them earlier, not in the podcast, but before, I think.
Yeah, the Chop House, Bravo, Pompadour.
That's where we always see you guys. It's so funny. Yeah. That is so funny. Any ones that kind of surprise you around? We tend to stick to the same a lot of times, it's just comfortable and just, all right, let's go there. But I'm always like, no, we got to go try something new. So what has anything surprised you lately? Like where you've maybe went and tried and...
No, one of my favorites though is Moe in Boston.
Is what?
Moe in Boston.
Oh, I've heard about that one.
Yeah.
Moe.
Paul and Brian down behind the bar down there just gives you, it's a crazy.
Ooh. I have to put that on my list then. Okay.
If you go, if it's a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, just let me know. And I will tell them that you're going down.
Ooh, I like that. Well, I'll do a reel on it.
Yeah. Dave and Lisa, my friends of mine, just went down there. And I told him, I called him up. I said, you got seats? Are you working? He goes, yes. Are you working? He goes, yes. Seats. So they got him, they reserved 2 seats at the bar.
Cool. That's who we are. We're bar people.
Yeah, but they'll reserve
at the bar.
And there's oftentimes I'll say, hey, can I get 4 on Saturday at 6:00 at the bar? Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
So they went down there and I said, it's Lisa's birthday. But they didn't know. They didn't know I said
awesome.
That. And so when I went down there, had dinner.
And then they surprised him.
They came out with a happy birthday and sang the song to her. And he knew that it was me. I said, yes. I said, that's our happy birthday to you. So
that's awesome. I love that. Do you like Mediterranean and Greek stuff?
I love Greek salads.
Well, the authentic Greek salads with no lettuce.
Yeah. Well, I love the Greek salad at Bravo.
Yes, it's very good.
Yeah. And that has
the dressing is really good. Yes, it's very good.
Yeah.
No, I was going to suggest Amphora in Derry. That's one of our favorite places to go.
We actually went to one of your places that you mentioned in, I want to say Hudson, but it's like down.
Figaro's.
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went down there.
Hey, you should have told me. I would have hooked you up.
Well, the odd thing about it is...
Chef Chris would have come out and talked to you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
When you look at the place...
Well, when you pull up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I'm like,
really?
Come on.
We're going in here?
I know.
When you go inside...
It's like you're transformed.
Yeah.
Isn't the book wall cool?
Yes.
It's so cool. And when was the last time you went? Was it a little while ago?
More than 2 months.
So you might not have gotten the new menu. I think it was about a month and a half or so ago they changed the menu. So yeah, Chef Chris he's from Blue Aqua. Do you remember Blue Aqua back in the day over in Amherst? And then Evo on Elm Street. Yep. That's him.
Okay.
That's him. Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. All right. So when you look at everything you've built over the last 35 years, the relationships, the products, the businesses you've helped grow, Moe Java, what are you most proud of out of all of the stuff that you've created?
My root beer. It's on my license plate on my car.
And that's what you created. And that's what started this whole Private Label Specialties.
Remember the old Saturday Night Live? The guy used to say, baseball been very, very good to me. Remember that?
Yep.
Root beer has been very, very good to me.
I love it. We're ending right on that note. Ray, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
It has been a pleasure.
It is.
So everybody go check out Private Label Specialties at plspecialties.com. If you have a business and you're still advertising for somebody else's brand instead of your own, call Ray, okay? This is exactly what they do. Follow them on Instagram at Private Label Specialties and go find what you've been missing. And for Beyond the Plates, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, share this with a friend, and we'll catch you every Tuesday. Thank you, Ray. Have a good day.
Thank you.